Thank you guys so much for coming out. I just want to share this real quick. I wrote this song like 5 years ago about my frustrations with society and all the issues that are going on in the world, and I feel like you guys will really enjoy it. It's a couple songs actually. We constantly have to be aware of what's going on in the world and all of the struggles that people around us are going through, all of the large global issues that need to be changed, and the structural way that our world is built is in many ways constantly evolving and therefore must have flaws that we need to fix. As I see around the world and see the consumerism and capitalism as it overcomes, I am in awe. I am in awe at the way the world changes and the way that the world is, and I want to make changes. Yo. It's hard to read a book when everywhere you look there's TV screens flashing their high budget casting, supporting commercial pageants until beauty is imagined. This designer class of fashion, our souls inside we passing with purchasing passion, checks to cash and legal tenders classic. The credit's fast, it's indebted to debit plastics, clicking and snapping in like castanets until it crashes. Then we can't afford our caskets, so we roar for rations of oil and plastics for machine attachments. If the approach remains the same, we must be insane to expect anything but the same reaction. This pattern spreads, international actions decided by profits met. Trade agreements are free but support the corporate bastards who get to bask in its 6 billion frozen inhabitants in the eyes of the basilisk of capitalism. Media-run confusion, educational institution, medical restitution, all with profits, not solutions. Congress is infused with the banking collusion, war and terror illusion, all political amusements the special interest chooses. Now we're used to it, no longer intuitive of the ruthlessness, the community, incongruent human stability, we're losing it. But who's the architect that profits off of our defense, paid into arbitrage, made into carnage to invade the heartless? Voices on TV start this war, elude the cartridge, elect the hardest note to rhetoric narcissists to sell industrialized armaments straight out the bargain bin. Anything for that hydrocarbon fix, we must harvest it. Fuck the law, we'll pardon it. The world moves too fast to jargon with please stop. I'm car sick and I need catharsis. I need catharsis. I need catharsis. The man who steers the scene in dread, we're out of food, they took our bread. We're free to fight as spitting lead, and they accuse us of being fed. If you go outside, watch your step, watch your words, your thoughts, your head. Watch every single thing you've said. Save your family, watch the rest. Don't watch too long, or just watch. You're dead. I said, don't watch too long, or just watch, you're dead. Rather than debating geopolitical concepts in the society oppressed, we praise ancient parchments to mummify the lies lost in us and lock up that sarcophagus, but not acknowledging what it's costing us. I'm sorry that I commented, but I'm onto it. Commissions and councils and conference, all to protect the 1%. Pharaohs and kings versus common man, it's common sense. Today it's the Wall Street occupant swims the continents. The pyramid is ominous, so watch the Oculus. Let me elaborate. Trickle-down economy never precipitates, it actually evaporates. The money we make, it saturates the aristocrats at the fastest rate. This pattern exacerbates until my horror and profits leave, till the plutocracy on top of me and greed without being shared with those in need. Controllers reap this common thief, this bureaucracy, this test we're proctoring. I'd rather not, but gee, thanks for offering. Instead of counting sheep, we're counting tweets. We've watched our sleep to watch for beats from propped up screens. With knowledge, humor, and all between. Another world, it seems we've seen it, and the sunlight peeks between the seams. and we walk the streets and work prosperously until our thoughts and talk are cheap. In fact, it's all for free. I watch the profits seep away from day to day. No maximum pay, no minimum wage, yet we act unfazed when a billionaire's paid more than a third of the slaves living in the world today. Do we get all that we deserve, or was a portion of our worth stowed in federal reserves, or percent of what we earn? Who knows where it goes? We aren't assured. How it's spent is not a part of our concern. Inventing missiles and germs to disperse into the earth, it all returns. Playing with fire, we all get burned. Immolation and isotherm in our hearts, it's our rightful turn. The insightful learn to stand tall and firm, so we can't procure the words that might be heard as a verdict to conserve. Imagine a new future, beautiful like a brochure. Families feeling nice and kosher. Delivery bikes for grocers. Produce grown in the local park. Hopscotch row and chalk. In the rain I watch and wash away till dark. But dog, I'm hopeful, bark for change of the par. Raise the bar. How could I expect to get so far if no one starts? I know this journey's hard, but aspiration scars. I show these proud, I am unjarred by pessimist spoken false. I'm not for profit, no I'd walk on. I want to express I must, before I am swept up in the clutch of the wind that comes. We're all just specks of the dust, so expect as much. I woke up out of breath and dripping sweat. Life check like I'm grabbed by my neck, by my psych infection, my self-inspection and my selfish functions. These lessons I've been fed now questioned my head as I'm resting on my bed, remembering everything that's said. I woke up out of breath and dripping sweat. Life checked like I'm grabbed by my neck, by my psych infection, my self-inspection of my selfish functions. These lessons I've been fed now questioned in my head as I'm resting on my bed, remembering everything that's said. Home base, a place I once thought was safe. Now I cannot escape the fate I've sought. Now rots in space. My patience lost, it's not in place. I was judged by how I walk this way, how I talk this way, how I'm often late. But now they all just say I ought to stay in office, but got replaced by inaugurates, White Houses and Watergates. Conglomerate, operating, intoxicated off the scotch. Moderating products, give them props, throwing the oil and rocks. But intentions lost, prevention's bought, don't mention cost. The state is crossed between progressive thought and getting caught for being not what schools have taught. Don't be shocked, they'll keep you locked until you're knocked and unexonerated, unhonorated like that promise of cooperating. I'm often hating and they compensate it with the actions at hand. Lay down the fist of the iron plan, away from the bars to expand and set us free from these pedigrees, petty empathies who possessing ecstasy, blaming brothers next to me of elementary effects on energies like sodium with a recipe. It stresses me obsessively. And secondly, since the 70s, our tendencies to attempt remedies and invent felonies presents inequities to our identities, integrities, and chemical dependencies. Sequentially, the penalty, location monitoring, telemetry, labeled an enemy, cut off like a medieval vasectomy and left to rest in peace. But I'll let it be. Instead of stressing over everything, I have successfully reached serenity. I'll let it be. Instead of stressing over everything, I have successfully reached serenity. I'll let it be. But on the real, the system's dead to me. It's prioritizing profits over the lives that brethren be living through. Then again, look what the system's giving you. Go to markets, pick and choose different foods, different brews, different shoes, and different hues. We even put a few in our living rooms to sit unused. I sit confused, sick of feuds, millions wish to lose. Systemic rules barring usurging crews from usurping who's the design is it, what is the purpose to give the burn to bruise to the man who hurts and loses and thirsts for music. Pull up the curtains, do this, give the third world their first improvements. Give the third world their first improvements. Yet we push on acting clueless, leaving tracks for movement of coal trains, spewing carbon oxide's a nuisance in the way that we do it. Use your mind and lose it. They pray you do, they see you useless. I'm seeing lucid, I see abuses on humans designed by recluses, and politicians are truant in defenseless prudence, or better yet, a prudenceless defense of their own elite decadence as we elect presidents with precedence over a sense for the present tense. Can't we see the standing fences and ramped defenses and lands in tension leaves war endless? Our electorates are represented by these prominent predicates and no lack of elegance. There's stacks of evidence behind what these hacks represent eminence. And there's an imminent change of government when money trails, cash can't cover it. As one comes, another went, and hence we're fenced into our customs. We love them, but cannot trust them. I'm just then left to test the presence and pertinence of worship's permanence, obliged like a servant to keep it fervent until my soul is perfect and my life is worth it. I pay the price and I might deserve it. I give myself a nature, but the earth is purchased, and no one's earned it, and no one's earnest. Statisticians are certain documents surface on Earth's furnaces and how we burdened it with these purposes. This system represents planetary detriment. The evidence is clearer than its chemical elements, yet people doubt that heaven is bent on destruction of our obsessive construction, pressed on production, expressed by eruption. Now at the crest of consumption, we'll reach a rat nesting eruption of our best assumptions. Unless we do something to repress the corruption, those blank checks will mean next to nothing. Unless we do something to repress the corruption, those blank checks will mean next to nothing. We're at the crest of consumption. We'll reach a nesting eruption of our best assumptions. Unless we do something to repress the corruption, those blank checks will mean next to nothing. I woke up out of breath and dripping sweat, life check like I'm grabbed by my neck, by my psych infection, my self-inspection of my selfish functions. These lessons I've been fed, now questioned in my head as I'm resting on my bed, remembering everything that's said. I woke up out of breath and dripping sweat, life check like I'm grabbed by my neck, by my psych infection, my self-inspection of my selfish functions. These lessons I've been fed, now questioned in my head as I'm resting on my bed, remembering everything that's been said. And as we become aware of the issues in society and the issues that are surrounding us, we realize that we can come together through positivity and make the greatest change if we think positively, and we can create what we need to see rather than stressing over the problems. We can just continue to grow what we need to exist and continue learning and sharing from experiences and searching for greater awareness of society and of solutions. We're all constantly searching, constantly growing, constantly becoming more, and sharing our ideas. Search for awareness, harness it and share it, spread the sensations of elevation. Let's ride this wave in, all the way in towards ascension, while gaining comprehension of our contentments. When mind states are suspended, thoughts will be bent into the shapes most receptive. It must be the ways and conventions in which we place attention. I want to change perceptions, creating a selection of positive affections through introspection, divine spiritual connections, aligning true intentions to send the truest messages in new directions. This is my new amendment, recreation, reinvention, more aware, more tended to whispers and barely mention. When self-improvement is relentless, knowledge and abilities are endless. Let's find the next solution, then find the resolution, achieving success or retribution. Let's be the best to do it, or maybe it's best I lose it. I must confess confusion, this mess is fluid, always changing, it's a nuisance. When every nuance has newness to it, this foolishness I'm consumed with is obtrusive, but I'm getting through it. My heart speaks, I'm getting fluent, and now I get to prove it. So now you tune in, now tell me, are you human? That's all you need to join my movement, and we can keep it moving. I am where people move with, be are conducive to progress and solutions that attain fulfillment and accrue it. Those who are muted will be imputed in my music and the community influence until we are congruent. Keep your head up, we can do it together. We can do it if we continue this movement. We can prove the consciousness is imputed. It's something we are imbued with. We are born clueless and are becoming lucid with every day of this movement. Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Feel the energy of the universe. Every moment, every breath, every seed and every crest, every peak and every trek. We can see what will be next. We will be blessed. Look inward to find yourself, and in this way find health, and a never-ending wealth. Not material but something else, something that won't go on a shelf. A pearl deep inside my shell, a jewel that I will never sell. and now outward I reach to hear the universe speak through me and set me free. I am released into universal peace, yet I am still me, but now my vision is limitless, at the same time definitive. I'm at the rim of this universe, we are existing in star formation. Dark matter radiation all scatters in geometric patterns between Mars and Saturn to Earth, where we gather across the axis of our atlas, entranced by these actions, enhancing our tactics of understanding the facets of this enigmatic and galactic lattice of solar dances and distant planets. Space is an ocean swarming with commotion, both hopeful and expanding as we stand it free with amnesty, using every hand we can to be planting peace and planting seeds, managing our sweet Mother Earth's relief. Her cycles beyond what we conceive, beyond politics and policies. Let us look deep until we can be a species in unity, whole and complete, the individual to the community, to the greater scheme, then flee, repeating peace, connected metaphysically with the divinity through love and chi until infinity. And this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. This hypnotic thesis is not just something I'm conceiving, but something I believe in. It's both exciting and relieving for me to be increasing in these energies. I set them free into the trees, changing what I can be to become a free and greater entity, without greed or enemies, without anything. I am ascending endlessly, becoming aware of and loving everything. Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate everyone who's here. It's such a beautiful experience that we're all here at Galactic Panther Art Gallery. Once again, my name is Jon Eye, Jon space EYE. I am a cosmic spray paint artist and a poet and a music event producer. I run a collective called Lucid District, which is art gallery and music events. This is the Sustainable Gathering, which happens here every other week in Alexandria at Galactic Panther. It's a promotional event for the Sustainable Dream Festival, which is in April. So if you need more information on that, it's all by the front door. This is all fundraiser, supporting local nonprofit, environmental, and humanitarian organizations. If you have anything to contribute, then please spare a few dollars, put it in the donation bucket. We still have some pizza. We got an open mic, so if anyone has not signed up, then come up, sign up, and we're gonna go down the open mic. Thank you guys all so much for coming out.